Hello ladies and gentlemen, it is Comely here, and today I'm happy to bring you episode number 4 of Comely Presents, my show about Linkin Park, anime music videos, and occasionally Heroes of Newerth. Today we're going to be doing a special little game. We're going to be looking at a general kind of 1650 level play, and with me today is one of the players from that game, and it's Hannah. Hannah, hello, how are you doing today?
Hello everybody, I'm doing great. You will see me play Pyromancer middle, and let's see how this goes.
Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start it in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, now Hannah, you typically don't play middle. We play a lot, and typically you're kind of in the support role, and I kind of take over mid because it's my favorite spot. How are you feeling going into mid? Did you feel prepared, or did you feel kind of nervous, or how were you feeling going into this?
I suspected it would be against Bombardier, which it in fact was, and he is a higher level player than me. He's about 1750. So I was a little nervous, but considering I was about in the middle of our team's MMR range, I felt like it was probably the best decision, because I didn't want to send Pebbles mid.
Oh, poor Fallacy. Speaking of Fallacy, the players on the Hellbore team are, we have Fajitas over there on the Nomad, Squidlove playing the Ward Bitch Empath, Rosebiff Hannah on that Pyromancer, Buster Bluth, that is a tongue twister, on Emerald Warden, and we have Fallacy rounding it up here on that Pebbles. All of these players are from the Heroes of Newerth subreddit, which you've never been to. You should go to right now. Pause the video. I don't even care. It's www.heroesofnewerth.com/r/Heroes of Newerth. I think I said that wrong, or did I say Heroes of Newerth? I don't care. Go to the website and subscribe. It's the best Heroes of Newerth community on the internet by far. And so yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting game. A lot of interesting matchups here. We have the Bombardier going up against the Pyromancer, just like she suspected. That's a really interesting mid, you know, because they both have really good targeted stuns, but they're both kind of things that you can dodge, and there's a lot of outplaying that can be done between those two. We do have a pause, which is skipped by our lovely auto replay skip. We do see you're doing a fairly good job blocking the creeps. I'm actually a little bit impressed based on the amount of time you spend mid that you're able to block the creeps so well. You actually have an advantage here on this blue. You have the cliff advantage to start off.
Should we take a look at items or no?
Yeah,
this
yeah,
should be
sure.
fairly obvious.
Sure, by all means. It does look like you on the Pyromancer are going for that early Chalice combination, the Crushing Claws and the Mark of the Novice, as well as your standard regen. Did you have any particular reason for that, or did you just not feel like going for an early bottle, or what was your your thought process behind those?
I felt like I could farm up 600 gold fast enough, or at least by the time I hit 6. So I felt like a Chalice might be more useful.
Yeah, fair enough. And then Bombardier going for 2 Marks of the Novice, 2 Minor Totems, and just a single set of Runes of Light. Really kind of favoring the stats a little bit more. I can see his base damage is about 8 higher than yours, which is, you know, not insignificant. It's somewhere like 15% higher. And so we will, I believe, see that leads to a little bit easier time actually getting last hits in this early phase of the game. But we'll have to see how it kind of goes from there. And then up top we do have Nomad. He's rocking the kind of standard Logger's Hatchet, Iron Buckler, and then Health Regen. Typically I go for Runes of Blight over the Health Pot. I feel like the Health Pot is a little bit more bursty. It's kind of easier to fuck up, right, and get that kind of tapped off you, and then you're in a really bad position. But you know, it's kind of a stylistic thing. And then we have Empath going for early Chalice items and Runes of Blight. You know, with that heal, Chalice tends to be.
I'm not really sure about Legion's. I'm not sure about Legion's Warp Beast pick, because he's mostly just sitting in jungle right now, and he's not doing a lot.
Yeah, and you know, he has that early mana regen,
still
a ton of regen.
1.
Yeah, that's it's pretty painful. He's not really going to be a factor in the game for quite a long time, so it can be really risky to have something like that War Beast on your team just in general. You know, we'll have to see if he kind of comes into his own a little bit later. It doesn't even seem like the Legion team is going to be that good of a stalling team, right? Like, normally if you have kind of like a bulky team, they can do a fairly good job of just kind of stalling out the game while War Beast farms. But they don't really have that, so we're going to have to see how they transition into the mid-game. And then here on the bottom lane, we actually have Pebbles and Emerald Warden going up against Valkyrie. Pebbles and Emerald Warden, a very good combination to go against that Valkyrie, you know, because of the silence on Emerald Warden is so long. It just really lets Pebbles set up that stun when he doesn't miss it like he did just there. But in general, it's going to be really good for them to kind of shut down that Valkyrie in the bottom lane.
I'm a little surprised to see both creep polling camps on Hellborn and Legion have not been blocked with a ward.
Yeah, it kind of strikes me because typically when we're playing, that's just kind of automatic that happens, right? That we block those creep camps, and you can see just the triple stack pull by Empath right now up top is absolutely going to annihilate this creep wave, and deny all of that experience to Bubbles and Myrmidon up there, and it's a really powerful
I think we're going to
thing.
see a first blood mid here.
Oh, it's going to be close. I'm not sure if Bombardier is actually going to be able to get away here. Oh, the last hit just at the end by Pyromancer actually secures the bloodless kill. It did look like Bombardier actually missed his stun. Is that right? I think I saw it up there on the top of the cliff.
He missed his sticky bomb, yes.
Yeah, so again, in a lane like Pyromancer versus Bombardier, it really comes down to hitting those tricky to hit moves, and Pyromancer has a good advantage because you can do things like fake casting or stun, and use it to farm by last hitting the creeps and the hero as well, and all kinds of fun stuff like that. Where Bombardier is kind of hit or miss, one kind of use, one trick pony, and if he misses it, he's really in a bad position right now. Pyromancer does actually get hit by the bomb. It shouldn't be enough yet to take her out. It's only level 2. Actually going for 3 in Boom Dust. That would have been a kill if you went for 3.
Nope, not enough.
I think, right? Surely it would have been enough.
Yeah, it would have been. I was left with 50 HP, it would have been enough.
Yeah, but he made that decision to go ahead and skill like that. Bombardier going towards bottom. I'm not sure what he was doing there. He has a ward up top. They should have shown him that there was... there was the rune trying to pick up bottom. Go ahead.
Pebbles is getting a nice pick off there on the Valkyrie, combined with the silence so she can leap. But I'm not even sure she had enough mana.
Oh, well then, that's extra painful. But yeah, Emerald Warden's spells seem to be pretty cheap there. 80 mana for the silence isn't too bad. She starts with a fairly decent mana pool. She's really going to be able to make that Valkyrie feel uncomfortable. And, right there, we just saw it. If they manage to connect with their spells, that Valkyrie's in pretty deep trouble. She's only level 5 versus level 4 and 4. You'd like to see her a little bit higher than that. Level 6 versus 4 is fine. Or even if they're at something like 4-3 and you're at solid level 5, it's okay. But she's going to be in trouble when she goes back into this lane now that they have the mana. Pebbles has the chalice. He's going to be able to have the mana to combo on her. And it's going to be a little bit tricky for her to go back. And so you're in a good position now mid, right? You're level 6, he's level 6. You got that first blood kill. How are you feeling? What are you looking to do in the mid lane right now?
I'm feeling very comfortable. I was planning on ganking if that was necessary, but both lanes seem to be doing pretty well, so I was going to just try to farm up a chalice and boots and maybe gank after that.
Mm-hmm. And we do see Bombardier again missing his stun.
Yeah, I think here I was going to look for a combo, because I do have ulti and I have full mana, so we're going to see that's not going to work, though.
Yeah, he does manage to pick up that Invis Rune as well. Gonna kind of use it to get away. Oh, another kill here on bottom on that Valkyrie by the Emerald Warden Pebbles combo. I'm really liking this combination against the Valkyrie. What do you think?
It's really an effective lane combination. I normally don't like to see Pebbles side lane, but with his easy stun and the silence and just the burst damage, he's not gonna have a chance.
I think I might steal this lane. Try that a little bit later. It sounds like a lot of fun. It's going to be really hard even for them to juke Pebbles or anything like that because of those wolves just absolutely chasing them down.
Here we see the Myrmidon going in for a kill.
Yeah, we actually did see the weed field there was not even close to catching Pyro, and it wasn't actually even in...
Or the sticky bomb.
Yeah, so Bombardier not doing such a great job hitting the sticky bombs this game. He's level 7. He only has 3 in the sticky bomb anyway, going for that early 3 in the Boom Dust. I'm really not sure you need that. You don't really need it to outlast hit a Pyromancer. It doesn't help you on denies at all. It only helps you on last hits. And, 1 or 2 is enough just to give you that boost to get it. So I'm not really sure why he chose to go that kind of route, that kind of build. Missing another sticky bomb. It's just so imperative that you hit those, even just to get the harass. For your mana from them, and he's just really not making it happen. Up top, it does look like...
yeah, see...
Go ahead.
There this is where he starts missing more bombs and is just pushing my lane farther. which is better for me.
Yeah, it almost feels like he kind of is panicking from the early game kill and the early pressure you had on him, and so he's really just trying to get farm at this point, which probably isn't the most effective combination, right? He wants to pull you out, get the sticky bomb, because if you get hit with a sticky bomb in half health, you're probably going to die between that and his ultimate, because, you know, he is level 7, so he has it by now. So I'm a little bit surprised that he's choosing to push it so much.
Let's take a look at Pebbles, trying to help me out middle. He gets a stun off, but he misses the combo, gets a creep instead.
Oh, then you just walk up.
And I think Bomb could have killed Pebbles if he'd hit the sticky bomb and all his spells, but...
Oh, absolutely, especially having his ultimate up, it would have been a sure kill. But instead, he goes down to the Pyromancer walking up and smacking him right in the face with an ultimate. We do have, you know, it feels like Nomad has been farming, basically free farming up here on top. You know, he only, wait, I take that back completely. He only has, well, he's got a 35 and 4 creep count, which isn't too bad. I didn't even notice the little buyback counter there. That threw me off completely. I thought he had a 4 and 2 creep score. I was a little bit suspicious. But yeah, he's 35 and 4, but he chose to get a bottle in the top lane rather than getting a Ring of the Teacher. Do you have any specific thoughts on that?
I'm not really sure that was a good choice. I could have possibly seen a Chalice. That would be okay, but I don't think I never really see that. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, it was
especially with a Pyro that's trying to ruin Horror.
Yeah, it was kind of a trick question because it's an awful pickup. You know, Fajitas, I love you, man. You're a delicious food. I would put you in my tortilla any day. But don't get bottle sideline Nomad. Ring of the Teacher is enough to really kind of spam your skills on him. And if you need to supplement with like a mana pot, you're fine. Chalice, I don't even think you need Chalice. I just think you don't need it. With Ring of the Teacher being so powerful, it's generally enough. It does look like he is going to kill here on the Myrmidon. Very nice job. Very nice wall here by the Empath, being played by Squid Lover. Doing a good job. But one of the things, you know, my mind goes right back to is the fact that there are exactly 0 wards on the map right now for either team. And that's pretty painful when you have no vision at all to really give you that advantage that you're looking for.
Yeah, if you see right now, I'm trying to go through jungle and look for Wild Soul, but without vision, without any wards, it's really difficult to play ganking hero.
Yeah, and we do see Bombardier going up top. Again, they didn't see it at all. I'm not sure if anything is going to come of it. He does still have his ultimate, so he's definitely going to be looking to get a kill on somebody here. But I'm not sure if we'll be able to connect. Nomad doesn't really have much mana. He has enough for maybe 1 spell. Bombardier missing his bomb again, though. You really have to kind of lead with that spell more than you would most spells. Ultimate a little bit ineffective, but Nomad does miss his ultimate, and that's going to lead to his death, and quite possibly Empath as well, if they choose to kind of dive through the jungle here. Bombardier missing another bomb. I kind of feel bad for Bombardier at this point.
Myrmidon really wants that kill.
He does manage to get it. Nobody kind of reacting here from the Hellborn team. TPing top and kind of stopping that dive whatsoever, so he does get it for basically free. Which is, again, something you don't want to see. And, you know, again, this is only like a 1650 level game, but you can already see, right, the difference in play between something like 1650 and some of the higher, like, even like 1750, 1800 games are just night and day when it comes to team coordination and wards. Actually, me and Hannah last night were talking about how significantly statistically different it is if you are 1700 versus something like 1650, right? The tier of player that you are is just, like, hugely different. It's pretty absurd.
Yeah, if you look at the items on both teams, almost nobody's carrying a TP, and it looks like Pebbles will go down because of it.
It's going to be close.
Oh, that was a nice stun.
Oh, and Emerald Warden coming. It's going to be able to get a counter kill on Warbeast. Very nice play there by Emerald Warden, being there just in time. And, of course, a nice stun by Pebbles, like you said. Warbeast not really taking advantage of that speed to kind of juke it a little bit. We do see that there is a single ward here down by Empath, but they did go ahead and choose to pick up the Striders before they're really doing any kind of counter warding. Which, you know, there's no wards to counter, but it's nice to know that when you're walking somewhere, there's no wards to catch you. It gives you a lot of confidence to gank. Ooh, Bubbles coming in here. He's going to get a really nice ultimate there. Really nice silence by him. Bombardier actually managing to hit a bomb on a stunned target. So it seems to be that's going to be the formula, is using it on targets that are already stunned. Pebbles does manage to miss his stun, and he's going to have to run out of there. They are choosing to go on him pretty aggressively here. Oh, it looks like that juke is actually going to cost him his life if they choose to keep going on him. Oh, very nice. He managed to get the kill on Bombardier at the very last second with that chuck. Very nice play here by Fallacy on that Pebbles to actually live just barely. So it seems to me at this point that, you know, the Hellboard team is doing pretty well. They have a pretty solid lead at this point. You know, about 2,000 on experience and gold, which isn't anything absurd, but it's a 3 to 7 creep score, or a kill score. You kind of have the advantage. How are you feeling right now in the game, and kind of what is your thought process about what you should be doing on Pyromancer?
I wanted to keep ganking the War Beast, keep the side lanes down. I didn't want to let the Valk farm too much bottom, and I thought we could have pretty quickly just combine in a lane and push towers. But I think this is the turning point, actually, with the Bubbles coming in for some big ults.
Yeah, big plays on Bubbles. It looks like they're going to be chasing down this Emerald Warden here. Of course, she wasn't stunned, so Bombardier missed his stun, but it does look like it's going to be just... Oh, barely enough not to kill her, because he ulted in the opposite direction that she was running. I think only one of the bombs actually managed to kill her. She dodges the Bubbles wave as well, but Bombardier is going to actually just barely manage to get up there and get the kill on Emerald Warden. A little bit unfortunate. Ooh, big team fight here at bottom as well. A lot of action all of a sudden in this game. Looks like Valkyrie might just barely get away. It looks like that is what is going to happen. Looks like Pebbles might actually be going for the new Ring of the Teacher. I'm sorry, Ring of Sorcery. With that Amulet of Exile pickup. That and a Pickled Brain is, of course, now enough to get the Mana Ring. But, you know, he kind of has a lot of mana at this point. I'm not sure he really needs to get that before he gets his Portal Key. That slows it down by quite a bit. I do have to ask you, why did you choose to go with your third skill as opposed to leveling up your stun as everybody dies mid?
Let me see. I think at that point I just thought it would be more effective in creep killing. And isn't the stun duration, doesn't it barely increase, or?
It actually doesn't increase at all, which is certainly an argument for not leveling it. The thing that I would say is a lot of times when you're playing a mid Pyromancer, we're just gonna watch the kills mid. We don't need to talk about it. It's okay. I promise you guys can see it. Is that you're really looking to transition into kind of like a carry role, right? You get your Portal Key, and then you get some kind of really great DPS items like Hellflower or Sheepstick or something.
Right.
And when you have level 4 stun and wave, it is actually enough to combo a wave and kill it completely if you have 4/4. And so a lot of times I don't even get 1 into my Fervor just because it helps me get slightly faster into clearing those entire creep waves. And so in the future, it might be a build you want to experiment with. You know, again, it can be a stylistic thing. If you want to push a lot of towers, Fervor can definitely fit into that. But for a general farming role, a lot of times going that early 4/4 is a little bit stronger. We do see Nomad actually bottling an Invis rune. Putting that bottle to use. He's going to go ahead and run mid with it. I'm not sure he's going to be able to make anything happen.
Getting that regen.
Yeah. Sippy sip. Take a little sippy sip. He's gonna run into their team with this. Bombardier missing another stun. This currently presents is actually about how to miss bombs on Bombardier. It does look like Nomad is gonna go down. He actually still had his ultimate up when he died.
He does hit a very good ulti there.
Who hit a good ulti? Ooh.
Oh, Bombardier. Yeah.
Oof. Quad kill.
That was the turning point of the game.
Yeah, things are not looking too bright after a team fight like that. You know, Nomad not even getting his ult off when he was being clusterfucked by their entire team.
Going up hills blind, standing in a straight line, very clustered for Bubbles and Bombardier. Just really very, very, very basic mistakes.
Yeah, we do see Warbeast
I'm
only
alive.
has...
I don't think I was there.
I don't believe so. We do see that your ult is on cooldown though. I think you got to kill bottom at some point when I was not watching.
I did.
We do see Warbeast just barely going to be able to get away from this Nomad. Again, he just wasn't able to kind of secure the kill with you. And so he's going to run away. But, he seems like he's overextending here. Like, if you're not going to be able to chase a War Beast that has his ult, you might as well just stop chasing him. And Nomad is going to actually go ahead and die here.
He was doing what he needed to do early game, just farming and sitting in top lane. But when he starts coming in at 18 minutes, he is just too committed.
Yeah, and that overcommitting thing is something that I'm very particular in when I'm playing. It really kind of pains me when I see people chasing for no reason. If you're not able to catch somebody, if you're not faster than them, and you don't have a way of chasing them, of catching up, it's okay to stop. Nobody's going to be like, why didn't you get a portal key out of nowhere and catch them? It's okay just to pull back and kind of accept the fact that you're not going to actually catch them. So they've managed to even up the game, which is a little bit unfortunate after being so far ahead. 3-7 up to 12-12. How are you feeling at this point in the game? How is do you feel like you're still in it? Do you feel like you had a specific plan that you were going to try to transition into, or at this point were you already feeling like the game was really not going your way?
I felt like the last 1 or 2 team fights were just awful, but I figured if we could get coordinated, start ganking as 5, because we do have pretty good gank heroes, and just let Pink Rice and bot or top lane, that everything would work out well, especially after me getting a portal key, which I think I do in a few minutes.
Oh, we see Pebbles going down top as well. Yeah, we do see you picked up a Mystic Vestments, which I really like. Mystic Vestments are so cheap. They're 400 gold, and they actually add a lot of survivability when you're going against magic-heavy teams, such as this one. Bombardier barely managing to get his ult off at the last second there. It is going to lead to the death of Emerald Warden, but it looks like Bubbles is in a pretty bad spot here against Empath. Never mind, he shell surfs about half an inch to safety.
I'm not entirely sure what I was doing the entire time, to be honest, but...
You walked in and ulted Mordon.
I figured they'd get the kills.
Oh, 5-second arrow. Oh, Hannah.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, but on the bottom, Nomad managing to get a kill onto that War Beast. War Beast once again being very ineffective. The game has really
0-3, very, very poor player.
Yeah, it's really gone in the favor of Legion, but it's really had quite little to do with this War Beast. I wouldn't be surprised if he's kind of ineffective for quite a while still. They're vote kicking him damn near constantly.
Yeah, the thing I was disappointed about is that only Emerald Warden and I think I have Mystic Vestments. And I know I was talking about it quite a bit because the main problem that we faced was Bombardier and Bubbles just nuking. And we see Nomad picks up the Shield Breaker, which doesn't offer a lot of survivability, so with no Mystic Vestments, it's just not... He's pretty squishy.
Yeah, and part of the problem for me with getting Shield Breaker on Nomad is that he's very much, primarily at least with my playstyle, I like to build him really tanky, and so my playstyle very much revolves around moving around the team fight a lot, being a pain in the ass, getting really good ults off, and using that illusion strike, which is one really big focused hit. And that Shieldbreaker doesn't really help that, right? Because you get the first hit off, and then you're not going back on them for a little bit. And so I don't really think that Shieldbreaker necessarily fits into that mold, but...
We really needed a more tanky Nomad this game.
Yeah, yeah. We do see that you guys are kind of surrounding this bottom tower, really choosing to kind of make a stand here. But it seems like you're giving the Legion team time to kind of group up here. You see Bubbles is just now getting here, and everybody from the Hellbar team is still going. And now you choose to come in and try to go on this Bubbles. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to get him. You do actually manage to burst him down, but a really nice weed field there by Myrmidon into the Bombardier ult. And you see the entire team just melts down from that combination there. And you had good positioning off on the side. You weren't getting hit by all the other spells, and I don't mean to single you out as like the amazing player on a team of scrubs, but their positioning was pretty clumped together there, whereas you managed to kind of stay a little bit apart from them.
I was actually hoping this war beast would chase me, but he decided to be smart.
Good call. Good call. He actually did manage to get a kill there. So for the first time in the game, his team has not voted to kick him quite yet. I do like that little ward there behind the tower as well on bottom.
Thank you. Yeah, I think those little lane wards are really useful when you have a team with bubbles on it, because you will get initiated on and you will get ulted unless you can see where they're standing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we do see Bombardier is up to 300 gold per minute. He's just managed to hit that. It's just barely up there, but you know, that can make a big difference when he really starts getting the farm, because early game he did not have very good farm. We see Pebbles trying to walk up and stun him, but the range just isn't enough, especially when you only have that level 1 ultimate. Missing his bomb, as per the usual, but maybe he's just using it as an intimidation. Emerald Warden, oh, Valkyrie just barely managed to get leap off. Will the Hellboard team intercept? Looks like you're going to come down and just ult her in the face. I like it.
See, at that point, I did get a lot of shit for just ulting her when I probably could have hit her like 4 times. But I did not know if she had leap, I did not know if she had mana for it, so I just would rather take the sure kill. Yeah.
Even Valkyrie talking shit about the ult. You know,
I will defend that one.
It's fun to ult people in the face. I don't give a shit. I'll do it every game. But the Pyro ultimate and the Witch Slayer ultimate are really interesting because you actually can't disjoint them. Whereas most other skills, I'm sure there are some projectiles that I'm missing, but you can actually disjoint with like the leap and such, but you can't do that with those ults, which is a fun fact for the nubs out there in Nubland.
I just did not want to leave the carry to chance.
So let's see, where's Pebbles at? Pebbles has 450 gold. He's not getting his portal key anytime soon, and he is going to die here in mid. Fell for the trap.
He has picked up Mystic Vestments, but to...
Yeah, we see Nomad running in.
At what cost?
You know, see, again, Nomad kind of ran in for no real reason here. He is going to die, probably. Oh, he managed to get his ultimate off. Gets a kill on Myrmidon, but then dies quite quickly from there. I don't think it's worth getting a 1-for-1 kill at this point in the game, especially on Nomad.
No, it was a good pick-off considering he chose to go in, but he should not have gone in. He should have let... The Pebbles was already gone. There's nothing he could have done. Yeah,
you have to try really, really, really hard not to die on somebody like... Where does Emerald Warden go down here as well? Somebody like Nomad, it's really important that you actually stay alive. It just helps you farm so much, just in such an interesting way.
I'm just trying to pick up that portal key at 25 minutes, which is not great, but my team is... It's going in 1 by 1, and if you look at theirs, there are always 3 or 4 heroes together with War Beast farming.
Another thing I think people really need to work on is kind of how to feel how the game is really going, so that way you know how you can adapt. And right now you're about 7,100 experience behind and about 7,800 gold behind. How far behind did you feel at this point in the game? You know, obviously we're kind of talking about it after the fact, but if you remember basically what you were thinking at this point.
Personally, I felt like I was doing okay. I was ganking, I was doing what I needed to do to stay alive and pick off kills, but I had lost a lot of confidence. I just did not see it going well. Oh,
you do manage to get a really nice pick off there on Myrmidon. You managed to hit all your spells, and Pebbles kind of ran it at the end. I think he might have been able to get a chuck there if he needed to, but the last auto attack was just barely enough to get the kill on there. I love those last auto attack kills where like they're way far away and the auto attack just chases them. Oh.
Yeah, that was my plan, to go portal key around, pick off people that were alone, and hope my team can survive.
Yeah, Pebbles overextending once again. You know, he got the 3-second stun on him because he had a creep following him around. Bombardier's going to ult and just... there's really not too much your team can do at this point.
Yeah, I was in a horrible position. I was way too far out.
It does look like they're going to take a tower. You know, I feel like at this point the Legion team can kind of just stay together, push towers, and really play aggressive on you. And it's going to be hard for your team to make anything happen. You know, level 17 Bombardier sitting at 365 gold per minute. You see how much it increased in such a short period of time.
And that null stone.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's a big deal for me. I couldn't go for him anymore by myself, which is not really good.
Yeah, there's basically nothing but good spells for him to actually absorb that Nullstone with. Really good pickup by the Bombardier. I kind of expect he would go something like Tabula Command after that Nullstone if we see the game go on that much longer. I'm not sure how long the game actually goes. But that's always a good pickup on Bombardier. And now we do see it's about a 12, almost 13,000 gold deficit here. About 12,000 experience as well. Pretty painful. This is the point of the game where I'm generally asking my team, all right, well, how are we going to win at this point? And if nobody has a good answer for it, it's time to go ahead and concede. But you guys are sticking in it. Pebbles has got 300 gold. I was kind of hoping that was going to be higher. I was about to say he's almost got his portal key, and that's just not true. So yeah, not really sure what the Hellboy team could have done at this point.
At this point, I feel like we should have been sitting back, farming jungle, stacking, really trying to stay together. Like I don't know why Empath is down there by herself. But we shouldn't have really been going on them as hard, or we should be defensive.
Did you guys did you talk at all about the game after it was over, about what went wrong or anything like that? I mean, I know you guys aren't like an actual group that plays together, but no, Mag, get dissolved there.
Well, I didn't really want to push it because I don't know. I feel like they realized what they did wrong, and me too. I could have played better.
Yeah, because I'm just thinking, you know, typically what I find is that when teams start to talk about loss like this, they'll really focus on the last third of the game and like what they should have been doing and how they should have been grouping up. But really, if you look and you kind of rewind more than that, you kind of look into like the first like 10 minutes into the game, there's stuff that you can change at that point that really would have made the game look a lot more different than trying to tweak things when things are already out of control. And it's a little pet peeve of mine.
There's just too much overcommitting, bad positioning, and not enough Mystic Vestments. I always need more Mystic Vestments.
Gotta love those Mystic Vestments. They're in season.
I'm gonna say we lost the entire game due to lack of Mystic Vestments.
We'll leave it at that. Thank you, Hannah, for coming on. I hope to do some more casting with you at some point in the future. And any final words?
Thank you for having me. This isn't really a fantastic game for any of us, but it was fun to look at.
I'll tell you what, next time we'll look at a game of you absolutely dominating everybody.
Thank you for that.
Alright, this has been Conley, and I will see you guys next time.